Andre versus Hogan, Steamboat versus Savage, Austin versus The Rock. Fuck all that. We have the greatest match ever. Andrade versus Apollo Crews.
Turn that volume down. Welcome everybody to predictions for WWE Backlash 2020. I'm your host, reviewer, Stefan Osborne. Yeah. Joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good morning, wrestling fans.
And we're joined here to predict the show by two members of the NXTeam and No DQ. So welcome, fellas. We've got the Cleaver, Colin, Andrew. How's it going, Colin?
I'm extremely tired. It is 7 a.m.
Word. Okay, so as per usual, we are going to do this as fast as possible. But first, Noah, how's it going?
Going well. Got work in an hour. I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
Noah Foster, folks. The Simple Man. We're going to start the show with a possibility of a match. We feel like the finals for the Intercontinental Championship tournament should have happened on the pay-per-view to begin with. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to happen tonight.
Why not? We'll go ahead and predict the match anyway.
If there's shenanigans tonight and they put the match off until the pay-per-view, then who would win? Let's start with Colin.
I feel AJ Styles needs this match. Daniel Bryan has been doing his thing with Drew Gulak for a while. He's had good momentum. AJ lost at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. He just lost his boys, the OC. They gone. So this is the perfect opportunity to get Styles back on track with something. Let's give him a championship he's never held.
Noah.
I mean, the thing is, AJ Styles, he has done all. He has not held this title yet, but I feel like, yeah, it has to go in his favor this time. So last time AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan were really in the ring for a title, Daniel Bryan got the better of him and became the new Daniel Bryan. With this thing going on right now with him and Gulak, I feel like AJ Styles needs to win this year just to feel validated.
Jerry.
Styles.
In theory, I have to agree. I want to agree, but this seems like such an easy point if just by chance, for some reason, Daniel Bryan wins. But I think it's better to play it safe and not get a point altogether. Because honestly, AJ, this is like the right path for AJ because it puts him as, what is it, the Grand Slam champ or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he's only been in the company, 6-7 years?
It's actually pretty impressive, yeah.
I mean, it just helps cement his legacy. He's done so much. He hasn't done everything. He hasn't won a Royal Rumble. I don't think he's won a Money in the Bank.
Hasn't done Stephanie.
Oh.
From what we know.
I'm going to go with AJ.
Him and Dixie Carter, that probably happened. There's something happened there,
Let's move on to Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. This match has no consequence. It is just a match. No title. These two are...
AJ's only been in for 4 years. January 2016 was his debut.
Holy crap.
Rumble.
He's just done so much, it feels like 6 or 7. Alright. Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. Colin. Noah. Sorry.
How many times is this going to happen? I mean, Jeff Hardy right now, he's the guy you feel like that needs to win this, but I feel like they're just going to continue this for some odd reason, especially using Jeff Hardy's past against him in this storyline, for whatever reason. I'm going to say that Sheamus somehow picks up a win. Maybe he low blows him.
Jerry?
I'm going to go with Hardy. It's gonna be one of the very few feel-good moments I'm gonna have on here.
I feel like it's gonna be Sheamus because I feel like he is not actually the person that did this. Somebody's framing Sheamus.
Heath Slater.
And whoever it was is going to come out and cost the match for Jeff Hardy.
With Heath Slater.
I don't know. I just and so for this to continue, yeah, I feel like Sheamus has to win. And Colin.
Sheamus of shenanigans. That's what I say.
But Heath Slater's got red hair and a beard. And
he's getting jacked.
He's the one-man band, and he took out Elias.
He's getting jacked, man. He posted a picture on Twitter or something.
Well, he has to. That's the order you do things here. You
get fired.
You get fired. You get jacked. You do a little bit, couple bit shows. You come back. You win a belt.
All right.
That does seem like no logic.
It's the new way.
Apollo Crews versus Andrade for the United States Championship. Jerry.
I gotta go with Apollo Crews on this one, but I think it's gonna be because Andrade is gonna get either distracted by Angel Garza or he's gonna play some sort of factor in it.
Yeah, you don't take the belts off of Crews this quickly. That makes no sense. You're just getting Andrade out of the way, and he won the match instead of getting an automatic rematch. But this is kind of his rematch. Colin.
Apollo just got lyrics on his music. He's keeping the title.
Noah?
Apollo Crews, simple as that. There's no way they're stopping this push right now.
All right, let's talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship. Sasha and Bayley are defending against Cross and Bliss and the Iconics. I guess it's my turn to go first. Who shows up on NXT Wednesday? I think that makes the best question. Because the tag team that's going to get the shot at the titles is a babyface team, even though the team that probably deserves the shot at the titles is heels in Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Instead, we've got Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox, who are not even, they're not even a team. They won a 6-woman tag team match. But anyway, who are they going to face? And Sasha and Bayley make the best sense for heels. And it should be great boosting for ratings for NXT if both of them show up and defend the titles. I'm going to go with retention. Sasha and Bayley. Colin?
I'm going to agree with you there. There's no reason to take the titles off them already, especially if we're building something awesome between them. This is the best way to keep pushing that feud. So Bayley, Sasha retain.
Noah?
If you're going to finally do Bayley and Sasha, you got to let this go the distance and see who really carries the team with these belts. So for right now, I have to go with Bayley and Sasha retains. I'm not going bold with the Iconics this time.
Jerry?
I'm going bold with the Iconics this time. Here's my logic behind it. It's only going to take a few seconds. It usually does. There's not really many single stars to face off against Asuka right now on Raw. So Bliss and Cross need to have an amicable split, and that way they can, either one of them can go after Asuka, or both of them can, whatever. But then...
No, they're on SmackDown. They were only on Raw because they were the champs and they could travel between brands.
Wild card.
The Iconics are on Raw.
But here's the thing.
And Sasha and Bayley are both on SmackDown too.
It makes sense for me if Sasha and Bayley lose this match by either Bliss or Cross getting pinned, and Sasha Banks not getting in there enough time to break up the pin. And that's going to cause dissension between her and Bayley, because Bayley's going to blame them for losing the belts. So I think the Iconics are actually going to walk away with it.
Word. All right, let's talk about the Universal Championship match. Miz and Morrison in a handicap match are challenging Braun Strowman. We don't know if it's going to be the first person to a pinfall gets the title. We don't know if it's going to be if either gets the pinfall, both get the title. We don't know how it's supposed to be. That going in, we're going to predict who's going to win, or at least who's going to walk away with the title. That's key. Mm-hmm. No matter who wins, disqualifications happen. We talk about who walks away with the title. We're going to start with Colin.
Braun Strowman. We're not going to play a like cool situation with Miz and Morrison here. They're not going to share a
That's the
championship.
other one I forgot about.
Noah,
So,
what?
Lay Cool. I forgot about Lay Cool.
Oh, yeah, they shared one.
It's me. I
No,
mean,
yeah,
after
sorry.
the Nickelodeon shenanigans, there's no reason to take Miz and John Morrison as serious competitors for this title that has no real value to it since its debut. Braun Strowman retains, and hopefully it means it finally will go back to him versus the Fiend.
Jerry.
I'm still leaning really heavily against Miz and Morrison at this point. And I really don't give much of a shit about this. So I'm going to go with Miz and Morrison. I think it'd be really cool to see them just arguing over who's the actual champion, kind of like we were discussing a little while ago with Team Hell No.
Eminem. I would love to see the Miz as the champ again. And as I was talking with Jerry earlier, I mentioned, Miz has never held the secondary world championship. He was the WWE champion, but he's never been the
Universal.
World heavyweight champion or any incarnation of that. In this case, it's now the Universal. So that would be really cool, but
highly unlikely.
he's too selfish, and I feel like so is Morrison, and it's going to probably come down to who gets the pinfall, as it often does when you've got two guys versus one, even in a triple threat. So I think Braun Strowman's going to come out with the title. He's going to move on to the Fiend, as Noah said. Let's move on to a women's title. Raw women's title. Asuka versus Nia Jax. Second running here for best match of the night, if you know what I mean. Let's start with Noah.
Control C, Control V. How many times has Asuka got beat Nia Jax before she's no longer involved in the title match? Not to mention the backlash, no pun intended, that she has against her based on her
Pun totally intended.
Anyway, regarding this is the most obvious result of the night, or I'll shake my face and head bald. Asuka retains.
Jerry.
Asuka, and I hope they fire Nia Jax afterwards. I usually don't wish that upon anyone, but geez, man.
I'm going to agree with the first of the two statements and vehemently say a maybe to the second. Yeah, she seems to be a person that works just safe enough until suddenly she's just, I don't know, distracted or something. Suddenly she forgets to, not do real damage. So, maybe she does need, something. Maybe not fired. Maybe fired. I don't know. Plenty of them have been getting fired. Why not her?
I think the only reason she's actually getting a title shot was because, Nyla Rose was so big in AEW at this point.
They're going to bury her real quick and then get her out the door. Colin, your pick.
If they put that title on that 300-pound fucking train wreck, I swear to God, their entire women's division is dead in the goddamn water. Asuka all day.
That's the best way I've heard it put. Yeah.
And were you making a joke earlier when you said Nyla Rose because of big? Because, wow.
All right, let's not body shame. This is a whole
I'm not, but the fact that she uses that shit to fucking hurt people is retarded.
Oh, I agree.
I think I've dropped my thoughts on Nyla Rose at some point or another. If you're curious on those, you can go back on the channel and check for probably very shortly after she won the title. I would check for some sort of special that we did or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Do we want to do the WWE Championship last, or do we want to do the greatest match ever last?
Let's do the so-called greatest match ever! Because I feel like the match before is going to be the best match of the night.
So, you want to do the WWE Championship next?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, Jerry. We've got Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Who you got?
I'm going to go with McIntyre.
McIntyre! Why wouldn't I just put Drew?
Because McIntyre is so fun to spell. There's so many vowels.
I'm going with Bobby Lashley. and here's why. If the rest of the night pans out this way, or the
Black
way
Lives
that I
Matter.
say, every title on Raw, including the 24/7 championship, will be occupied by a black male. It'll be the first time the Universal. It'll be only the second time. Well, anyway, I thought it was the Universal for a second. I'm thinking of the big red belt. The ugly red belt. But yeah, I'm thinking they put it on Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre has to chase it back down and become a 2-time champ. So I'm saying Lashley.
So you're gonna back Lashley?
You know what? All right. Good job, Jerry.
I like it.
That was brilliant.
I'm halfway down the pack, so either I move down another point, or I gain a point over everybody because everybody's picking Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So why not? Colin, who do you have?
I see Lana distracting Bobby Lashley with somebody. So I'm going to go with McIntyre.
She's gonna break out with Dijakovic like fucking Drago from Rocky IV.
Noah.
I truly hope this is a pure, downright fight, because this is the most serious and invested I've been in Bobby Lashley since he's returned to WWE. And honestly, this could be the best match tonight. Leave Lana out of it. Have some empty shenanigans to make Drew seem like he's fighting from under, because that's how you book him as a babyface champion, which I think has been tremendous so far. But regardless, 3, 2, 1, Claymore, McIntyre's holding on to this title. And I love it that he is champion.
I hope this is one of those where this time next week y'all are going to be eating your words. Because I could just see it, man. I could just see it. What if Lana comes out and you think she's going to distract him and cost him the title, but she ends up working with him and MVP and costing Drew the title with their shenanigans because he didn't expect it. He didn't expect them to work together. And they came to an understanding.
That would be really clever, but that's also not WWE writing.
And then they recruit Apollo Crews and the Street Profits, and they form the new
Nation of Domination. I like that.
And then they recreate the meme where all of them surround Lana sitting on a couch.
or carry off McIntyre to some sort of like some dubstep.
All right. Let's move on to the greatest match ever. We'll call this the main event. We might go ahead and do match order before we close it out, just in case there are any ties. But I guess I got to start on this one. I'm going to give it 50-50 booking because this is WWE. Randy Orton. RKO. Colin?
Orton. I just have a feeling, yes, I know Edge kind of got the pep talk that he gave Cena years ago from Christian this past Monday on Raw, but I don't feel this is done. So we're going to have a rubber match. So Orton.
Noah?
This is going to be longer than WrestleMania. That's all I know about this, probably. But as far as this goes, I don't know if I want this to continue. And Edge already gets $3 million a year, only has to wrestle so many matches. Do you really need a rubber match between these two? Heck, it might as well be Edge, and it might as well form rated RKO. 1 point difference. This is going to be probably your biggest shocker of the night, whatever results this is. But based on everything going in, I feel like for some reason this has to end. I'm just going to say Edge. If I lose a point, what the fuck? Something has to happen at Backlash to be somewhat surprising to me. Edge is my pick.
Jerry?
Orton.
RKO.
We had the New Hope, and now we're gonna have the Empire Strikes Back. This is gonna be the Empire ending. Orton's gonna win it.
WRKO. WRKO. Give me something to gargle, Jerry. All right.
Ew.
I'm really tempted right now to change my pick, but I'm not going to at the moment of recording.
All right, Colin, match order, and let's get out of here.
Women's tag team.
Oh, let's leave the Intercontinental Championship possibility out of it because it's not confirmed yet.
Okay. So, women's tag match. United States Championship, Raw Women's Championship, Universal, Edge Orton, WWE title. And, Sheamus and Hardy, throw that between the U.S. and the Raw Women's. So, the tag titles, U.S. Jeff Hardy, Raw Women's, Universal, Greatest Match, WWE.
So, Raw Women's, Universal, and then Greatest Match Ever, and then the WWE title.
Yeah.
All right, Noah.
5 title matches and 1 single grudge and 1 special. Okay. Let's go with blah 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 blah. Let's go with the United States Championship, Women's Tag Team Championship. Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, Universal, Raw Women's, WWE, Greatest Match Ever.
Jerry.
Sheamus and Hardy starting off the night. Then Andrade versus Apollo Crews. Then the triple threat women's match. Miz and Morrison versus Strowman. Asuka versus Jax. Lashley versus McIntyre. And then Edge versus Orton. Because Edge versus Orton is the only one that's actually already filmed. The rest of it's going to be live. So I think that's going to end the show.
Which means they could put it on in the middle of the show to give the crowd time to go sit out, drink some water.
Why would they do that to the Performance Center people?
I agree with you, but I think I'm going to change it up. Just,
I agree with you, but I'm going to change things.
Well, there's so many things that are alike that I feel like. Well, let's see how I start it, because I haven't even thought it. I'm going to just.
Wow.
I'm going to start with the Women's Tag Team Championship. No, somebody already did that. Damn it.
Well,
Which one has it been?
You're still going to have a different order, so just do it.
I mean, you can still have the same starter.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You have our permission to do so.
Start with that one, and then Sheamus versus Hardy, and then the U.S. title, and then the Universal Championship, then Raw Women's. Is anybody just the same?
Towards the end there, you're pretty much going to mine, but you've got other stuff going, so.
Nobody's exactly the same.
No,
so I'm going to say the WWE title, and then the cinematic probably match, Edge versus Orton, to end the show. When honestly, it should be I should say the WWE title, because if Bobby Lashley wins, that would be like the big shocker of the night, and that should end the show. But we shall see. I could be wrong about that, but still tie and then win because I was right about. You never know. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the predictions. Awesome. Let's do the plugs. Colin.
Follow me on YouTube at the Cleaver Colin Andrew. NoDQ.com/Colin takes you to my Twitter page, and Colin Andrew 26 on Instagram.
And Noah.
Well, good luck, gentlemen. I'm tired as fuck. This paper is gonna suck balls, but here we go. Want to know more about me? People know this. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. So follow me on Twitter, NoDQ.com/Noah, Instagram @Foss1916. I have a simple YouTube channel, YouTube.com/user/NoahFoss10. You'll find all sorts of things wrestling there, from predictions, reviews, takes, discussions, and more. Soon there will be new content regarding New Japan Pro Wrestling, as well as I will do a NoDQ Galaxy Spotlight for WWE Backlash. and also 205 Life Matters and AEW Spark. If you haven't figured out by now, the reason I'm even in YouTube and talking wrestling with these gentlemen, it's simple. Sport, no DQ. The reason I got into YouTube, for every day is the No DQ family. Buy our shirts, buy all our merch, support my friends, support one another. NoDQ.com/merch to the store. Follow NoDQ.com on all your social media platforms. Your opinions matter. Comment section, everything. Polls, calls, memes, gifts, reviews, recaps, sexy female pics. You name it, it's there. Primarily wrestling, WWE, with a little bit of AEW, even NJPW that they share, and independent wrestling. Support my wrestling, folks. The NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League form is up on my Twitter as well as all NoDQ social media platforms. So join this fun and let's talk about the greatest match ever. Fuck that shit. And as always, I like to close. Support your wrestling outlet, big and small, and let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, unscripted, greatest wrestling community together. Simple as that. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being on the show at this butt-ass crack of dawn early hour in the morning. I feel for you. I got up at 5. I had 4 hours of sleep. I feel like shit. But shower usually helps.
I just got off work.
Yeah. He's probably
I'm getting ready for a 10-hour day here soon.
8-hour day and 30 minutes.
Well, thank you guys. If you would like to be on a future episode up on the big screen, leave down in the comments how we can get a hold of you, or you can find us on social media. I'm on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or look me up at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find the gentleman on Twitter.
At Gerald_JSJ, my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR.
Exclamation point.
Don't forget it.
I also run the Aftermatch Wrestling group on Facebook, and Colin up here runs the Aftermatch_Wrestling on Instagram and Aftermatch Rest on Twitter, where we take the ling out of wrestling.
Whatever the fuck that means.
You can also find me on Instagram under the_gentleman_slaughter, and Stefan, where he has absolutely no content at
Osborne.Stefan. And if you'd like to help the show, if you've got some time or some money, you can find us on Patreon at Stefan R. Osborne.
Yep.
Or if you've got a second, click the like button over y'all. Or click the subscribe button if you like all our stuff over y'all. Or the bell icon if you're already subscribed, but you missed this live, but you're up at this butt-ass stupid hour in the morning.
Yeah, seriously, what are you doing? Usually we're doing the NXT party at this point. You should be watching us anyway.
If you're driving to work right now, you might. I mean, this is as good listen to as it is watch. Sometimes, mostly, sometimes.
Not really.
Nobody wants to see our faces.
I barely want to see mine.
Listen to you while you drive. Anyway, click that bell icon. It'll let you know when we go live. And we are almost at 200 subscribers.
Yes.
186. We gained another one.
Yep.
We're so close. Help us get there. Click the share button. Share us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and your mama's bathroom. We don't give a fuck.
Fortune cookies. We need to do the fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies.
Mail pigeon.
Yep.
We're gonna print it on the side of condoms and drop them from an hot air balloon while we're puppets. Anyway,
support celibacy. Watch Aftermatch Wrestling.
So share us with your friends. If they like to watch wrestling, they might like to watch us bullshit about the show. So thank you everybody for joining us. For the Cleaver, Colin Andrew. For the Simple Man, Noah Foster. For the General, Jerry Slaughter. I'm the Wizard, Stefan Osborne. Thanks for being here. We will see you next time. Jesus Christ.
Where?